Welcome back. We are back. This is A Rude Awakening. I'm Sabrina Jacobs. Guess what? On the 15th, there is an action that's going to be happening, and it's consisting of a broad coalition of concerned citizens. They're going to be converging on a public meeting on Tuesday, August 15th, to protest the pollution and other damage that would come from the Port of Oakland's plans for a massive expansion of the Oakland airport. I did not know this. So at 5 o'clock on August 15th, the public will gather at the Communities for a Better Environment office parking lot on 100 Hegenberger Road in Oakland to hear from environmental justice advocates about the impacts of the potential Oakland airport expansion. And that's going to be followed by a march to the Port of Oakland public hearing at the Hilton Oakland Airport located on 1 Hagenberger Road. And that's the 6 p.m. public hearing, and community members will share comments and concerns about the Oakland Airport development plan. And that is straight from the press release that I was in receipt of from Stop Oak Expansion Coalition. And here to talk about it is Ariella Granette, and she is one of the steering committee members for Stop Oak Expansion Coalition. Ariella, I'm so glad I was able to catch up with you because this is important. Welcome to A Rude Awakening.
Thank you very much.
All right. So talk to us about how you found out about this. Has this organization been around for a while? I mean, this is the first I've heard of it. Talk to us about the organization and how you heard about what they're planning to do as far as this expansion is concerned. Go ahead.
Yeah, I heard about this development project 2 years ago. My friend Lynn Griffith, who's on the steering committee of this coalition with me, sent me a newspaper article from the East Bay Times saying that the Oakland Airport was planning a massive expansion. And my first reaction was, it's a climate emergency. This is the wrong time to be expanding an airport, to be expanding air travel. Lynn and I started to put the word out, and 2 years later, here we are with a coalition with 62 grassroots organizations signed on. We all share the concern that expanding the airport, increasing capacity for more flights, is going to lead to more pollution, more noise, more global warming. This is a climate emergency. We've got a public health emergency for frontline communities. More flights is going to lead to more pollution from refinery to the runway. Our communities are already burdened by enormous amounts of air pollution, and this is the wrong move at this time.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. Especially with these climate events that are happening, and we don't know where they're going to hit next. And they're extreme climate events, and it's happening all over the world. It's literally on the doorstep. So to poke the bear, so to speak, even more is it's unsustainable. It's untenable. So yeah, so glad that there are folks that are like yourself that are in this coalition, creating coalitions to bring awareness, because I didn't know. And dear listener, now we're both in the know. Now, on July 17th, the Port of Oakland released a draft environmental impact report on the Oakland International Airport Terminal Modernization and Development Project. And it details plans to modernize the existing terminals at the Oakland International Airport. It also proposes the building of a third terminal with 16 additional gates. A new terminal will increase the capacity for more flights. So there was an actual environmental impact report, and it had
Oh, and
absolutely
it's a big one.
how
The
big are we
report itself,
talking? How big
counting all the appendices and all the add-ons, it's around 10,000 pages.
what? Oh, okay. So condense it down for us, Ariella Granette. What is it saying? What is it basically saying? Is it just saying, yeah, it's okay to go ahead and do it? Nobody's going to get hurt, or nobody that matters to them is going to be impacted. Go ahead and talk to us about that in the report real quick. Go ahead.
Well, we're noticing that there's a lot of oversights and missing information from the report. Undoubtedly, this development will enable more flights to depart from and land at the Oakland Airport. but the draft environmental impact report claims that demand for new flights would rise regardless of whether the project is built. But that can't be true. The project is creating a third terminal and 16 new gates. It's allowing more flights to take off and land, and creates 1,000 new parking spaces and new buildings, all this to, streamline airport operations. So to claim that the expected passenger volume would double anyway in the next 20 years, I think that's disingenuous. I think this project is undoubtedly paving the way for more flights and more passengers. If you build it, more people will come and more people will fly. Likewise, the report also claims that there are significant impacts for pollution and emissions, but the airport's not taking responsibility for them. They're saying that these emissions are out of their control. As a coalition, we feel like if the project doesn't happen and the airport chooses to cap flights, these emissions would be significantly lower.
Well, we have proof of that, the lockdown.
Exactly.
The world has proof of that, and that was with almost zero. We were close to what, 1% of people flying. I mean, it was the equivalent of the lockdown after 9/11 practically. So yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. If you build it, they will come. It's just there's so much truth in that. So what are the next steps? I mean, there's this march, concerned citizens, folks are going to be showing up. Of course, that's the first step in letting it be known and being able to take action further to stop this. Do you have any of the Oakland legislators, whoever the council member is for East Oakland, have you been able to have a sit down with them? I mean, if it's been 2 years, then it seems like there should be a conversation had. These legislators need to be listening to the people. Go ahead.
Yeah, indeed. We are trying to push this message out. The Port of Oakland is working to inform people that they have a modernization project, but they're not being very truthful in admitting that it's actually, in fact, an expansion. And we are working to contact elected officials, show our concerns. Certainly this rally is part of inviting the community to step up and have their voice heard. And we have until September 15th for the public to submit comments to the Port of Oakland. People are encouraged to do that online with a written message or attend one of the 4 Port of Oakland public hearing meetings, to our virtual and to our in-person. So next Tuesday on the 15th, that's the first in-person meeting, and that starts at 6 o'clock, as you mentioned. So we're going to have this rally, hear from inspiring speakers, and march over together and in solidarity give comment.
Most definitely. Yeah, that definitely needs to happen. Yeah, it's gosh, it's just so disheartening because it's the legislators, they're talking out the side of their mouths. They're going to say that they're going to say what's going to placate the public, what's going to placate the angry citizen or whatever is going through their heads. And then they're going to turn around and do what's in the interest of, these major corporations, these major organizations, these hugely funded, polluters. So yeah, this is, sorry, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I think there are alternatives. We need to fund low carbon transportation, like trains, Amtrak, the California high-speed rail. We've got exciting projects underway. 90% of the flights departing from Oakland Airport, a rough estimate on any given day, if you do a count, 90% of them go to destinations already served by Amtrak. And a large percentage will also be served by the future California high-speed rail. So if we can get the left and the right hand of the government to work together, we can have these bold climate solutions in place to transition off of fossil fuels. We need to be funding the right projects and limiting the wrong projects.
Indeed, I agree. I completely agree. And that's another thing I didn't know. 90% of the flights from Oakland Airport go to destinations that are already served by existing Amtrak service. Dear listener, anybody's in this that's in the vicinity, they can hear my voice right now. Did you hear that? 90%. 90%. Oakland's a pretty nice size airport. It's Oakland International, so they got international flights. That's totally understandable. But with the other 90%, it's like, wait a minute. If you can get there via Amtrak, I mean, you're gonna have a great view, you know. It's gonna be pretty. You're not stuck looking at just the sky and these little bit parts, from the airplane or what have you. I mean, wow, 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 wow. Well, what are the, if you're at liberty to disclose, Ms. Ariel Granet, what are the next steps? This march, this rally is going to happen on the 15th. That's Tuesday. Again, 5 o'clock, excuse me, 6 o'clock. All right, folks, that's at 6 o'clock. That's Tuesday, August 15th. And they're going to be gathering at Communities for a Better Environment, CBE's parking lot office there, 100 Hegenberger Road, 100 Hegenberger Road. Okay, so what are the next steps? If you're at liberty to discuss, go ahead.
The next steps, we're just pushing for as much outreach as possible. Like what you said before, contacting our elected officials, get some political pressure on this topic, get as many public comments in as possible, get community involvement. We've got some volunteer legal assistance to try and address the 10,000-page draft environmental impact report. Next steps, we'll just keep pushing till we get a response from the Port of Oakland to do the right thing. They need to cut their emissions by half in the next 7 years to be compatible with California's climate goals, with international climate goals. Mm-hmm. And frankly, most emissions from an airport is not from the building, not from the building that they want to modernize. It's from the flights, from all the airlines. And the Port of Oakland is engaging in a very polluting, dirty, noisy business. And they need to take responsibility for that. And they can't be profiting off of harm that is being done to our local community. All the flight paths, how they route the flight paths over certain communities, but not over other communities, it's like redlining. So certain people are disproportionately impacted by current flights and the expansion of flights. They're getting all the noise and all the pollution. And of course, global warming and climate change, it's accelerating fast and it is impacting all of us. In fact, the current runways at the Oakland Airport are underwater during high tide events. They have to pump those runways to keep them dry. So we're going to be seeing sea level rise, increase in wildfires. Climate change is here and now, and we need bold action to address it and not incremental solutions.
Indeed, indeed. That is the voice of Ariel Granet. And Ariel Granet is a steering committee member for Stop Oak Expansion Coalition. Stop Oak Expansion Coalition. And that is stopoakexpansion.org. Stopoakexpansion.org. You can get more information. You can stay abreast of what's going on in regards to this. It's been going on for 2 years now, and the fight is continuing. And most importantly, folks, once again, Tuesday, August 15th at 5 p.m. The public will be gathering at the Communities for a Better Environment parking lot, their office parking lot there at 100 Hagenberger Road, 100 Hagenberger Road. And you hear from environmental justice advocates like Ms. Ariel Granet and about the impacts of the potential Oakland Airport expansion, followed by a march. So there's going to be a march. So marching to the Port of Oakland public hearing at the Hilton Oakland Airport, located on 1 Hagenberger Road, 1 Hagenberger Road. And at 6 p.m., it's a public hearing, and community members will be able to share their comments and concerns about this development plan. Very, very, very important. Be seen, be there, be heard. Ariana Glanet, is there anything else you'd like to say to close us out? Go ahead.
Yeah, for more information, go to our website, www.stopoakexpansion.org. And on our website, there's a petition that you can sign. And in the very least, sign the petition to have your voice heard. But if you can do more, go to the links to see information and RSVP to the rally. Go to the links to see how to submit public comment virtually or in person or online to the Port of Oakland to tell them that we need to stop the Oakland Airport expansion. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ariana Glanet. Appreciate you being on A Rude Awakening.